And in light of recent tragedies like the mass shootings and the hurricanes, the upcoming holidays may be a lot harder for many to cope with.
That's why we reached out to a grief therapist for advice on how to deal with stress already in these situations. Here's KVUE's Jenny Lee with the story.
By now, you know what these 26 white crosses with red hearts represent. The victims of the Sutherland Springs shooting. They died when a gunman opened fire inside a church service last Sunday. Last month, amateur video captured rounds of gunfire going off in Las Vegas after another shooter decided to kill 59 people at a country music festival.
There's a man hanging onto a pole.
And in August, Hurricane Harvey became the country's costliest natural disaster, with damage estimates nearing $200 billion. The death toll at 91. So much tragedy in such a short amount of time, it can become overwhelming.
It's hard because so much has happened and we are so wild-eyed with, oh my gosh, what's next and how can this happen, and I don't feel safe or secure.
Jan Phillips is a licensed therapist who specializes in grief and loss. She says we have to be careful we don't take on other people's grief or problems. We can empathize and find ways to help by volunteering or giving money. But Phillips says keep yourself in check.
Is this too much for me? If it's too much, you kind of pull back and take that deep breath and realize I have control right here, right now. And I'm going to do this right here, right now. I don't know about this. I can't change that.
6 weeks before Thanksgiving is when people start getting what Phillips calls raggedy. Even those who haven't experienced loss get stressed right about now.
We're told it has to be perfect. Is it the right toy, the right food, the right setting? The pressure is enormous. Being able to step away from that pressure and figure out it doesn't have to be perfect. It has to be good enough. It has to be what makes me happy.
Phillips is an expert on grief from an academic side and a personal one. She lost her 17-year-old son to a train accident in 2000. 5 years later, she lost her husband to cancer. The single mother of two knows what grief is, and she wants to make sure you don't take on too much of it this holiday season. Jenny Lee, KVUE News.